will make this best of 5 series incredibly interesting.
Well, according to Ender, map selection doesn't really matter. You're gonna have to play them anyway. It's all good. Ooh, Vania, hold on. This could be such a ratty spot. If they don't double check on this, there is a little pocket to be played into. But they are pausing here. They are trying to play that patient game, see if they can maybe draw some additional information out. For now, the wall's going to drop, so they will have to eventually start building. It looks like now's the point. But again, back of your minds, Vania is in such a key position.
Yeah, the cycling for that toxic screen as well. Perfect coming out from BBL, and she's still here.
Only good for one, though. The rest of G2 actually trading pretty effectively, doing pretty well at this. Keeping it at least advantageous in their pocket in a 3-2.
30 seconds left.
Get this plant down.
Spike
Nothing to really deny that, so they will have that on their side. And now 2 flashes to play with. Have a couple of opportunities here. Close flash finds nothing. Still a player on the site. One towards back, and yeah, this is now getting very serious.
Yeah, speaking of Vania too, she's gonna be this first point of contact here in G2. Not even the util, just contact up, and that's a guiding light towards site. One found in towards R as well, but Felipa, a big risk to still go for that contact. Now BBL playing that full retake, but touching back on Roxy as well. She did have a very good game yesterday, especially on split, top of the leaderboard there. So finding a bit more synergy and connection here with the rest of G2.
Yeah, and that's what we need to be seeing, is that evolution, because working under a new in-game leader, different styles, roster changes, it's a lot of different pieces. Now, anything else to come in this round? Let's see. Here, got a lot of work to do, and they're sitting pretty deep in this post plant. And again, they are going to run that utility. You can see it being poured in. Having Viper, a KJ, and post plant joined with Harbor as well. It's a lot to get past. Now they're going to try and apply a bit of pressure here. They haven't made any progress towards that spike itself. There's the push. That's not bad, but Glance sends them back. I like the split, though. Having the 3-2 split will at least deal with the players that pushed up towards main. So there is a chance for them to be able to handle that. This puts a lot of pressure on these two, though. And now you can see the ult coming in as well, which is going to make it twice as hard. High flash over the top, hoping it finds it. Does at least slow down the roll a little. Vania needed a bit more than that, I felt, but still makes the best of a bad scenario. But they bullied their way through towards the site. They've taken casualties on the way, so it is a fair 3v3, but the plant will come in and put the time on their side.
Full reposition here for BBL. Everyone now coming in from defender side spawn, and you've just got one on site here. Remainder of G2 playing for that post-plant situation, and Mary's always the one to try to slow down the roll with the retake.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, just playing on that spot. Has the ability to even back away from this, using that utility against them. Mary in charge this round. Huge impact already. And yes, Glance gets taken away, as does Mary. Hold on, there's still a chance of this, but 10 HP isn't much. Just gonna pour that utility in. Keep your mind on the time here. Mimi still has that nano swarm if she wants to try and invest it. There it is, that could be so a little bit of difference. They kind of pulled that fakey move over towards B, invested that, harbor wall further down. Now they're going back to kind of it's normally their almost anti-eco round, right? And then Petra's been overwhelmed. Glance, can she handle the strain of it? Does do very well to keep this competitive, but they've suffered a lot, but the numbers are still sitting at least a little on G2 side in the regard that they both have weapons. Now that's going to be brought to hand, though. Alkyia should be able to pick up a rifle off the back of this, and they do still have spikes, so they're going to be sat around here. We've got Roxy and Mimi. Both one away from their ult, but can't bring that in here at all.
No.
And the other's just sitting to swing off the back of contact. Felipa, as soon as someone sees someone cross, you're going to see that push out, and they're going to apply the pressure. Alkyia now has to swing. Great adjustment from Mimi. And now Alkyia 1v. So big information found from that. They've reset from this aggression, but not completely. Felipa's still here and punishes Petra on the cross. They're going to lose a little bit of that control and that little bit of ability to get in towards the side now, and it should be highly telling towards BBL. They're going B.
Yeah, full rotation comes through here now, right? And BBL quick to meet, but Mary dashed up in towards heaven, but they know.
Fully aware. Mary gets found. Can't turn the tides here. Oh, Roxy deciding to go for the ult here in this 3v5. Big lurk needed, not gonna happen. Mimi can't find it. Down to 2 now, that lockdown is a problem. Roxy is in a world of trouble. If she can fight her way out, that'd be fantastic, but it's just too much to bear. As now the 4 players from BBL looking for the first time to get that round on the board. They should be able to burst towards the site. Gonna make it hard, but a high-low hold gonna make it tricky to break, so they should be good for the first, and they are. Mary goes down. The flank could be on the way, but they're actually succeeding on the site without it.
Yeah, still tucked in towards Jenny here. Petra's looking for more, might even aggress in towards connector to find one early. Just gonna hold so far, though. Timing is everything.
sight.
That flank starting to come in just to draw the attention, but Petra's victory is huge. Winning out at least one lane of this, right? So you have a little bit of safety from middle. She can control that. BBL breakthrough on the back line, so taking down Roxy, taking down Glance, and there goes another beautiful work.
In this sense, now that she is online for this round, just watching that back as BBL continue to scale up back in towards that mid side, and Mimi, of course, she is waiting on that flank, but still, that's a lot of information garnered. But with mid connector looking very empty, G2 are anticipating this flank coming through.
I've got your trail.
More than likely, and rolling on my back, yes, aggression was the answer. And you can see the Seekers with two of them coming this way. Masses of information found. So they should be able to kind of turn their attention to the right side of things. Is now 3 players against the 2 towards long, and then obviously a lot of weight then over towards the side itself. Roxy doing great work to be the back line, but it's Mary's success that should tilt the scales towards G2 here, leaving just 1 to try and work their way through, and now they still have all their big players in this post plant. Maybe losing out on Mimi's a bit of a shame in that regard, but they still have Roxy, and they still had Mary until then. Can Aeons and G2 found...
It's not going to find anything home except for Ava here in the rotation already for BBL.
B starts looking like an Etch-a-Sketch. There's so many lines all over, it's ridiculous. But the lockdown's the big aspect to this, and they're just going to hold it, and that's all they have to do is defend it, and they've done very well at that. There is no chance they can kind of deny this plant now. It's a little too late for that to come in. There's just 1 left in a 1v3. They still got Roxy in the post plant, so that's some nice utility to invest. You can see the benefit of it there. This is very hard for rayka to try and break this. 3 players in complementary positions. As soon as contact's made, you can already see the adjustment coming back through. Petra, right back with them. Glance will be the last player to swing, it looks like, just trying to hold the cards close to the chest.
Good.
Oh, first, actually, to go for. A little interesting that she went for that. Flash buying time, and speaking of time, rayka doesn't have much of it now, and needs to get these kills, and that just feels like the salt in the wound, doesn't it? Yes. alkyia is disconnected from the rest, but she's acting as purely just a warning signal if there was a double back.
Yeah.
But still, this is a lot to try and work through. But with these ults, they can at least clear towards the site, so they're not as bothered by that. But there we go. Speaking of ults, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I think they know there's someone behind me as well. So there's the spam. Vanya's in a lot of danger, flying all over as Mary, but a great trade for Petra to keep this working in towards G2's way. None of the kills quite going clearly towards BBL, spamming out towards the coast though. They've denied it. Diffuse, plant denied, and now the problems begin. Petra trying to readjust here, but has very little support. Ball drops, Rake's behind it, if I'm honest, but beyond that, it's a best of 5, it's a long series, so you don't have to be too worried just yet if you are BBL. Speaking of worry, it's a lot of pressure towards the site. They are right here and very fast. 1 minute 17 and they're committing. Mimi gets an isolated fight. Dreamy, you couldn't ask for anything better. A heady moment for her for sure, as now BBL do get the plant, so time's on their side, but it doesn't feel safe on the site. And getting away from this cleanly might be difficult, but Mimi's now down low.
Oh, she's
still
down low,
done that.
Ooh, she's better.
Way, I think. Mimi. Now hearing that utility, she can't quite swing that angle. She knows she's lost a little bit of that timing, but she's got support here. Waits patiently, sits a little deeper. Roxy in unison, and now the punish on the cross. Glance takes a little bit of a dip in the water, and they can't even draw blood against it. It's painted, so I wonder if BBL try and adjust something. Find any sort of opportunity for those sheriffs. Not going to see anyone on the way in. This post plant, unless they swarm towards CT, would be uncomfortable, but it looks like that's a plan. So they're going to try and carve out some space. You can see what Mary's plan is here. Doesn't check it, doesn't see it. The timing? Oh, Vania, this is unbelievable, almost unthinkable. First and second. Perfect play from Vania. And alkyia over-delivering here. BBL doing exactly what they needed. Push through CT, take that space, allow themselves somewhere to play this post plant, and then even having that benefit of top of Vania doing that sort of damage. And now Roxy and Glance, this is not what you expected as you finally make your way back towards the site. That's what the Logitech G Power Up round actually means, but we're all excited to see it. 4-11, another exciting round here, but the buy. A very extended full purchase here for G2, who got the benefit of that force up converting against BBL in round 2. So it's a little bit of a kind of knock-on effect that we're here now. But the work's still cut out for BBL. They can't take a break as Mary, an extended spray, not pretty in the first, but did at least get one. The trade was there. Petra wanting the follow-up and actually gets it. Ridiculous scenes from Petra, but hyper-aggression being shown. But do they know Glance is really here? It looks like they're aware of it. Trying to clear towards back of the site. Gets the first, knows the flash came from somewhere, knows there's going to be another player and gets a second. Glance, incredible work. And now, just down to Felipa. Is there a clutch potential here with 17 HP, 8 bullets, and a dream? Oh, Felipa! No way. What you gonna do, Petra? Show me what you got.
Oh, she's holding it.
Oh.
Not ready yet.
Oh, that's the one you get, is it, Petra? Well, now you're probably dead. How is she still alive?
I don't know.
It's gone down, and now Roxy's on the site. What on earth is going on? This isn't a round that's meant to even be competitive. In a wild play.
That cycle for the toxic screen to delay.
And there's the opportunity. Mary strikes first. Alkyia goes down, but now the cross towards the site should be secure. They should be able to get a safe plant. The lurk, so late. Roxy going to be furious with that. We're going to have the lockdown as the counter. They're trying to hinder this approach, and look at the time. It's getting close. 15 seconds here. Glance with a look up and above. Dangerous shot. Mary has to back away from this. 10 seconds now. They still need to get that plant down. Is there anything to deny this, or does it go down? No! Glance denies it. 4 seconds now. They are running out of time. I don't think they can get the plant down anymore. G2.
Damage overall, but BBL, they're not falling back.
No, they're committing towards this. Utility going to be worked through, some of it. Lane going to be denied, so they can't quite go through there yet. And now with a little bit of patience, they get towards the site. Roxy going to be pinned towards the back, but she does have some help, but she doesn't maybe need it this time around. The right click just fine as Petra there in support. Doesn't quite get the conversion, but there's so many bodies from G2 now. This is very difficult for BBL, and they're fighting as a team finally. That's something that felt a little bit off. Some of those kind of crossfires, some of the trading wasn't quite there for G2. This time, much better around. Spike, yes, dropped on the site, so Rayka's got to work it out. She does have 50 seconds though, so could try and make something out of this. She needs to try and isolate some of these fights here, but Glance is the paranoia. You've still got the flash for Mimi, knife as well, and the turret just came back up for Roxy.
Yeah, there's just no way you isolate the ones here. You can even see G2, Roxy, and Glance right now regrouping here in towards stairs. It's just a contact play. The second Mimi hears a sniff,
30 seconds
it's just
left.
going to be a swing out.
Actually even got this far, it's quite surprising. Well, it might have gone.
2 from that A side, and even Glance starting to posture up. But if you go on towards lane, BBL at risk to be melted.
Let's see how this goes. We'll see how Roxy deals with this, because she's been revealed. She's dead. Straight up dead. Beautiful work towards that site to try and isolate her. She got away with a little bit more damage than maybe they'd like, probably playing from the back by Boathouse. This time, not at all the case. G2 going to hit those rotations fast with the flank to boot. But working this retake isn't going to be too easy. There's a lot of bodies in the way. Paranoia gets sent. No one there to really close the gap.
Now, there's a recon, though, for Petra on this retake situation, just waiting for these B main players to catch up.
Oh! Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
No.
All of that work and then didn't check the back of that nade that went through, but the swing out's not bad. We're down to a 1v1. This was looking so good for BBL, quite clean, but the time is on their side and Felipa's on the back of the side, so unless Petra gets this real snappy, this should be all but done. Petra trying to find this fight and Felipa's having none of it. She doesn't want what Petra's trying to sell, and Petra's just going to have to close that gap to her best. Yeah, this should be enough to force Mary away, but if anything, she actually tucks in, allows Roxy to take the contact. That's nice. So it did give Mary the shot, but alkyia a little bit quicker this time. That's perfect. Hadn't seen that sort of success in the past. That's what you want to be seeing if you're a BBL fan. And now straight towards the site. Roxy already noted earlier, nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. alkyia hot on her heels, and the site's pretty much theirs. BBL should be able to lock this site down.
So much util already used up by Mimi as well, meaning there won't be too much going into this retake aside from recon. Okay, 0 point, freshly charged, and Rayka always on these lurks, always going for these backstabs. Does Petra check the timing, though, for the drop is huge.
A couple of glances this way, but nothing to truly reveal the position of Rayka. So already gorgeous work on the follow-up as well.
Nobody's home outside of B, so G2 know it's this A hit.
Yeah, great read as well from BBL. Just either good guesswork or just good work in itself. So A should be theirs. I'm pretty sure they can get a plant without too much contest. A couple of shock darts, but it's not where the plant's currently coming down. So this is a lot on Mary to really do some damage, but that turret's a bit of a nuisance. So that's going to give away the game. I like what alkyia is doing, though, trying to take a little bit of control towards heaven. Rayka will be the one to try and deal with this, playing from wine. That's the first challenge for the two. And it's challenge passed. Mary delivers, as does Petra, and now it's all starting to get a little bit dangerous. Petra's got to do a lot of work here, and she can't do it. The rest got held back by, well, one of the ults. Speaking of the other, it's Mary bounding on in, still going to be finding it, still putting up numbers. Sometimes peel away from this. They're not getting success through towards A main. Hit that, split up towards Cat. not the case. They're going all in through main, which is so deadly. And you can see all the stallers going to be doing some serious work. That's lovely, though. Taking down Glance ain't bad at all. Mary needs to get a move on if she wants to get there to find any sort of impacts. The site is under threat. BBL sweeping through. Dug in towards Hell, though. Mimi and Petra do well. The answer back is perfect from BBL, but look at Roxy's position right in between them. Finds nothing for it. And Mary, surely that temptation to save is kicking in. She doesn't have a lot of play towards this. Already has a fight, though. Finds the first. And now a 1v2. Spike just going down. Can she decide for the last two players? They're both on towards site. Only a little bit of kit to play with for Felipa, but that's about it. She still has her smokes. Does she... She's seen where that's come from, though. She's absolutely seen where it's come from. She didn't expect the second. Pop the dash to get back out. Now she's got an opportunity. Stunned up and dazed, though. She gets slowed down. Felipa on the other side has been so impactful. Switching out to the rifle, though. Mary tries to work a couple of steps forward. This could be a huge clutch for her. Looked for the readjust. Expected some movement to come out from them, but tucking their head down. They're just trying to play the time. Trying to play these precious few seconds. Mary's got to move as Felipa is going to win this round if she doesn't. Time going to be dwindling. It's too little too late. A great attempt from Mary. It's not too crazy, but I kind of like what they're doing with it, trying to be a little bit proactive. This A piece has been run a couple of times, but we can see the contingency plan, which is these two players sitting super deep here towards spawn. Very, very passive. Mary looking to be the first one forward. Should be able to space out well enough for a trade for maybe the others, but again, this is ridiculous that they're trying this sort of stuff.
The adjustment
it's
from
just
BBL
an absolute standoff here.
We've seen it before. I mean, we've seen a similar push, except I believe G2 last time it was maybe two players coming through, and BBL now two with the hold. What a flick coming out from Mimi. Now it's all up to Rayka. G2 know, though, they're going to sniff her out. It's all about taking these trades, and G2 coming out on top. This is a potential round conversion situation here with rifles picked up.
Where are they off to? Where are they off to? Seen someone like running it up cat. You instantly lean towards B. Now,
Yeah.
if Roxy can buy time, that's all she can really achieve in this. A nice attempt here actually to slow the roll a little bit, and she's done well at that. That allows at least for rotations to come in. And even better, Roxy gonna find the pick on alkyia. That's huge. Normally, we've seen Roxy kind of bullied on this site, having a really difficult time. This time, much better. We do have lockdown coming in, though, so they have to respect this.
They do, but they have a lockdown of their own as well. But the Cosmic Divide to come out here from Vania. You have from the shadows checking in towards back of Boathouse, and now that's going to be actually the Rolling Thunder coming out just to deny the push back in.
Now this is getting messy here. Eva still holding back the flank. Gonna find another. Roxy on the trade, and here we go. Vania, though, the position is so hard to clear. Petra's done it. Hold on. We're down to just rayka. Time is ticking. They've got to get a move on. They've still got lots of kit to play with, so they should be able to clear some of this. But Rayka can still take down one of these players. Make it really deadly. And denies the diffuser straight away. And Petra back in this position. Has to go fast. And she just
Two into backside this time around. Previously, we've seen Roxy or Petra often alone. Now, a duo to trade.
Try and play with more bodies on the site might be the solution, as G2 this time actually, navigating this hit with ease. How's it gone so? Still, this is the 3-2 split. I was kind of hoping that Mary caught when they were coming up cat, because that readjust from her was nice a couple of rounds ago. This time it's the split. Little ratty line up there. Absolute dweeb, double face through the smoke, gorgeous. BBL in unison, that's what you want to see. Site's all theirs, they deserve it too. But Roxy still has that lockdown, so this post-plant won't be comfortable. It could certainly get a little dangerous. She's got support here as well. Make sure there's no threat to that lockdown if it does come in. And they know that this is in place. So how do they deal with Ava, though? Because she'll be sat there waiting. This is the counter on counter, so they're going to try and get aggressive behind it. That's why Petra is here to threaten this, to buy time on the lockdown, but gets back to business, takes down one. The trade-out comes in. The lockdown is still in effect. They need to deal with it, and they have. And they finally bought themselves some time. Roxy, though, waited, could only get one, and leaves it all down to Mimi in the 1v2. Time already has gone from this. Spots the first, just drawing the attention, just showing the barrel of the gun, unable to get it towards halfway. She's being toyed with now. Mimi trying to take...
Revealing area.
Let's see if BBL can get this pistol round, though, because they've been... That has been one of the aspects missing from them in this game in comparison to the previous, as you highlighted, that they haven't been winning those out as much. As it stands, G2 getting sight. Going through some really nice little protocols here, but that will be denied. That plant can't go down in that spot. Go for a second time of asking. This time the pressure's starting to mount, so way less comfortable in the post plant. Almost a body block, but goes back in for the second and still gets the kill. This is much better from BBL. Huge damage from alkyia, 3 already this round. Masses of impact. And now Mimi and Petra not looking, or excuse me, just Petra.
Through in this round. So ults are not even necessarily needed.
Yeah, they're ready to punish it though. I really like that. She'll be fine regardless, but I like what they did there, that they were hyper aware of it. Keep even in mind on the other side of the map, you still had Roxy waiting around, did have the turret towards it, so could have noted it, may not been able to stop it, but G2 fully aware that could be a high priority target that they're going for. That's also a bulldog they can pick up. It's not exactly what they want, but it could be worth policing that away, making sure that the rest of BBL couldn't take that if they try and backfill this area. But Mary left down on 10 HP, not a lot to work with, but she's trying to at least provide towards her team, get on the site, be that first person forward, and make it work. So it does. Now, Glance gets punished on the way in, but Petra with a good trade, so the site's theirs. Now, what do the last couple of players do with this? Tricky to try and work back. Not a bad start.
With the fact that you have players playing so far back, Rayka knows that she's got to play far back, right? Pop that Nano Swarm, not get caught up by the suppression, with the null command being popped, and look at Mary already into heaven, punished for the overextension.
I like the attempt from Mary to kind of backfill the space that you were noting, that obviously with that ult in play, they're going to sit deeper, but they just started to creep back towards the site. So not a bad play, not a bad attempt, but BBL heads up, already starting to work towards it. Roxy this time going to get proactive on the flank towards Cat. That's gorgeous. If the timing's right, she could maybe punish 2-3 players here on the playback through, but let's see if that timing is right. Ooh, maybe a couple of seconds off, but actually they want to brawl on it. G2 taking the fight towards Tree and makes a bit of a mess of it. Now Roxy, because she got tucked into this position early, they can go for a double pump, right? She can hear these rotations. She can maybe punish a flank here. But the timing's everything. And she outdoes Rayka. That's huge, but there's still someone who can stop this. Felipa, perfect on the first. Mary's gone down. No chance for a big stall on this, though. G2 want that spike down.
They do. Site completely free for the taking. Should be uncontested on the plant at the very least. 1 nano on, and alarm bot as well for that drop. So great signal to even drop to assist Glance in some zoning. Play this crossfire here. But it's all about taking out this drone early. If you get tagged up, that's a bit of a harder situation. Luckily, it does get shot out, but look at Petra here. She still has mid.
Time starting to tick. BBL need to work together on this one. There's so much utility to play through. Glance needs to make first contact, keep that in play, but BBL breaking through this. Roxy's still going to find value from the grave, but they're down so low on players, on bodies on the site, and BBL already going to start that defuse. Petra going to find one, but it's Mimi on... Alkyia on to shine here. Oof, look at the damage on... Was that Roxy who just got backhanded? Yeah. Down to 18 HP, just straight through the wall. And the follow-up as well from the shot dart is devastating. That's rough.
Right here.
But does Alkyia get away from this? They have got that mid-crunch coming in. She's going to have to make a go of it. Mary has got the punish now. That puts Ava on a platter. A little bit tricky to get away from it now. Smoke drops towards CT. But Ava, lovely positioning and a better snap towards Glance.
Lockdown in play here for Rayka as well. Unlikely to be needed, and now it's Mimi all alone. Spike in hand.
Fury and a fully bought up BBL. Show me what you got. This is gonna be difficult. And gonna get the first.
Mary's actually gonna go on a solo mission towards Tree. Nobody's home in that situation, and she's very cut off from the team with these nanos to delay.
Yeah, both of them still in play, so that's gonna create a whole lot of stall. Rayka's okay still, they can live through this. The flank's on the way, but it has to be Mary to do some serious damage now. Actually, it's Petra. Finds Vania, can't clear over by Dice. The second swing not good enough to claim Mimi's life, so they will be able to get the plant. A couple of recovered weapons, but the Hunter's Fury, I don't think that connected. And if it did, Mimi's doing the dance. It did connect to the end, and it finds Petra. Problems now. Plant going down for the second time of asking. But an even affair between these two. Lockdown coming in. They want this one. They're going to fight with everything they have towards it. They want to buy as many seconds as they can, but you can already see it. BBL are trying to close the gap towards this, forcing Mimi to swing. Finds a fight towards one, looks for the follow-up. It's going to be happening soon, but great readjustment and a great shot from Glance. It's all down to one. Maybe hearing that drop, Felipa looking a little bit vulnerable here, surrounded and all towards middle. It makes you a little uncomfortable. It makes you want to either commit deeper or fall away. But as we can see, G2 already exploring up towards Tree, quite deep by this point as well. Mary had the angle and loses a bit of the fight there, down to 18 HP. Felipa way better off. 70 on the other side, and the stall comes in, but now in danger. There's so many problems here, but Glance goes down. As has my feed. So, you might need to cast this.
Well, we know we're in A main somewhere, somehow. Recon dart going out here, and everyone's gonna scatter BBL. Full-on
30
retake
seconds
situation. 30 seconds to that plant. And BBL, they retake that tree control here, and Petra, she's gonna look to try and re-clear, but that's just the early enters. Very cancels out that lockdown.
Okay, this is everything. This is the poured in round. Mimi's gonna find one, and the second Mimi. Come on. What a moment between Mimi and Petra. Their activation in this later part of the second half has been massive. But Eva's not going down without a fight. She's gonna make something of this and make a damn good go of it. Trying to creep a little closer. Can she find? But look who's going walkabouts in middle. Eva's gonna hear this.
Check? Nearly a lineup.
Yeah, but that wasn't bad. Shot. Mary goes down. Mimi was the one who took the damage there as well, so there is another vulnerable player here. 35 HP, flash goes in, no one playing towards tree, they're playing towards site, but this ain't the weapon you want for it, but you have to make the best of a bad situation. At least the paranoia doesn't hit you, but you find Mimi. The follow-up! No way do you get this round towards the A site. That's horrific to try and work against.
It's a nightmare. So much delay, you just don't even have an opportunity, and then Rolling Thunder comes out, delays even further into A main too, but there's still a minute to work with. This is a lot to be used at once.
Felt like maybe a little preemptive on that, maybe feeling they wanted the stall, but I don't know if I loved it. The problem is that I guess Glance is out of sync with some of those smokes. Don't know when Glance is going to get those smokes back yet. But Mary's already on the site, but that's been given away. The UKJ utility's still there. The flash again from Mimi is wild to even get a chance at this. Alkyia though! How again? This one player has made a mountain out of a molehill. There should never have been a round like this, but just does pure aim training. But you're up against Mary now. What do you do in this 1v1? 25 seconds, Bladestorm comes on. Mimi and Mary, excuse me, just now trying to find this kill. But Alkyia's not having any of it. She's taken such a gamble on this. 15 seconds, she has to push for this. Alkyia seems aware of the chance of it, but Mary now forced to fight. Smoke goes in, spots a pixel, 8 seconds now, 7. Forcing the commitment here, Mary. Oh, she's been drawn off it. I don't know if she's got time on the plant. It's gonna be so close.
Whoa, what? No way.
Alkyia's gonna be forced to fight. Goes in completely. Invest the ult into this area. Do they just go for the knife? They've got so many options here. Okay, they're going to go for the lockdown. Nothing too easy to deny it. I don't think there's going to be much they can really do about this. So, again, on the other side for BBL, they're forced to respect it.
Yep. It's also the stagger of utility, right? Lockdown goes out first, then you have the null command after the post to buy even more time, deny util over towards BBL onto their retake. That's Owl Drone already taken out, and now less information to garner here for BBL's push back in.
Again, Mimi's flashes have been god tier so far. I think that did just catch them towards CT, so going to try and offset the timing. Paranoia sent towards Market. Again, Rayka can't really play out this one, but Vania can. Takes down Roxy. Now you go look towards the pour on the site. BBL flooding towards the site itself. This is now where it gets dangerous and deadly. Glance still standing, but only for so long.
But it's a 3-stack here towards this B side. BBL in for a world of hurt.
Certainly are. Alkyia has a chance towards Roxy though, but gets proactive towards CT.
Mimi.
That's the spike! That's the spike! Why is the spike swinging? Oh dear. That could be the fumble to deny any chance this round. That spike is just left. A little too deep for comfort. And now with 37 seconds, they're going to need someone to offset this, maybe depending on Rayka here to be able to kind of slip up middle. But you can already see Glances watching it, aware of the intentions. And one mistake could cost them this round. And maybe this map. All down to down just one. Oh, the paranoia land. You got a lot of the Astra cell. You got pretty much everything poured into that. Alkyia wants Petra dead. Anywhere Petra goes, Alkyia's ready and waiting. And even, I don't think Alkyia even saw Petra adjust to the other side, but so heads up to even double check that she could have maybe made it to the other side of the arch. Devastating for Petra though.
It is, but now G2 leaning over towards this A side. So much util every single time. You've got the setup from Vania and Rayka stacked on top of each other.
Let's go, Mary. She's in. All eyes towards her. Where's that second layer? Oh, this time disconnected, discombobulated BBL. Digging their heels here, not really wanting to take too many of these fights. Mimi, though, the last one really to make a go of that, as Roxy was held behind the smoke, couldn't try. It's loud for a reason. They want to get their attention, and right now they are getting it. Now, I wonder how subtle they're being on towards Tree. Have they made noise here? Has this been heard? Because G2 is starting to get curious. There's been all this noise and then no follow-up. Now there's a bit of follow-up, but look at this timing. Oh, there's a shoulder spotted. That's huge. That's Spike. Surely that's enough for this round, but who's still standing? Alkyia. Dangerous, right? Maybe a little something could still be done. Isolated can't make it happen. G2 stranglehold on this round. They found the weakness. They found that one little pressure point to push on, and they found those two players. Spike goes down, and the fake really amounts to very little. Felipa can make a damn good go of it, sure, but a 1v5 with the Spike down deep towards A main is almost impossible.
Oh, the timing just missed, and you're going to have Petra on a backstab as well. Beautiful turret taken down early. I like that coming out from the side of G2, and Mary's actually going to go for that first contact, so alkyia finally shut down.
Yeah, Petra brought her big sister to the fight because she kept getting bullied by alkyia. So she was like, Mary, can you please come over? I can't deal with this jet. It's been horrific for me. Now this time it's different, right? They have alkyia down. Yes, Mary took some damage for it, but she's still going to play her role by trying to be that first person in, draw the attention towards that dash and that smoke. However, how she found another player there? I think that was fully blind. I think that was just pure blind spam. And it looks like G2 just shifting a gear here. Down to the 2. Vania's still alive, and as is Felipa. This is not completely done yet. We've seen mistakes, and we've seen over-deliveries from BBL. But it looks like Petra wants this done, but the timing is right. Felipa's got her. Here we go. Game back on, 2v4 now. Mary still a little weaker. Utility still to be played in by Felipa. It's not completely out of the woods just yet. Glance got to make her way out of there. Yeah, okay, fall back to safety. There's still a chance here.
Time is ticking, though, and you've got to start moving in here if you're BBL.
Got to, and there's the first step. Great trade for Mary. As said, barely breathing, but does the job required. But if G2 have been able to reinvent themselves with something a little new here, this could be interesting. Let's see if BBL are ready for what's coming their way. They'll be starting it out with an aggressive beginning on this defending side. And Roxy, with a lot to handle, trying to keep their attention and does do well. Alkyia goes down and Mimi gets played in. Perfect delivery from Mimi. Calls for support, but Felipa out of nowhere finds 3. She even got Glance in that.
She's been such a huge factor with the timing here, and Felipa somehow finds the 4th. Ace on the line and Petra in a pinch.
Oh, Petra's screwed. 22 HP.
Nice flash.
Yeah, eats the flash, but still. Spikes down by A long. What are you going to do?
Little bait play. That's the turret down too. Timmy could even take her out.
3 seconds on the flash. Might as well just wait for it. Okay. You've got the flash, you get the C orb, the B orb, and they've worked out a little bit of that, I guess, normal KJ setup. And see if they can make anything of this round. Just going to try and pour it in. Vania should be able to farm this. And honestly, feeding Vania the points towards the ult, it's not the end of the world. Oh no, you've got your TP online?
Tension so far in BBL. Not able to actually find that space they usually find over towards Mountain. Look at this rebel control, though.
Yeah, let's look at the combination work here. Alkyia, not necessarily blind fire, but does find Roxy. Ooh, Eva's caught. This is actually pretty dangerous of a position. And Petra prioritizing Alkyia. Oh, the adjust. Where's the support? How is Petra on an island? I know she got isolated. I know she had to play ahead, but still, you got to hope that second layer's there. That could have been another kill for them. Felipa was on a plate. But still, a 3v3 and the full interest is all towards this A site. No plan just yet, but got to be careful. There's still BBL very close by here. On's going to come in. Vania getting closer.
Paranoia online.
Oh, the paranoia gets sent. Gonna force one away. Mary waiting patiently, gonna deliver towards Vania. Does she expect the second no? But still kind of keeping no towards that side in case they drop from heaven. Rayka getting to take a couple of steps. No one was watching this. A fumble and a mistake. And suddenly, we were in a position no one expected. Mimi called upon here. There it is, the swarm grenade still on the site. Lovely work to be able to isolate the 1v1 and buy a couple of seconds on this readjust. But now, KJ versus KJ. Oh, Rayka's got it. For the time, Not going to have enough on this one. With what she tried to achieve with that. This time around, just cycling through the smokes. Got Roxy watching the flank as well. So alkyia has been noted. Outdone, though. alkyia lands a big shot towards Roxy. And Vania has to respect this and fall away.
Nice slight delay coming out from the nano swarms, but overall the Reckoning just does so much to zone the players of BBL. Numbers advantage still here for BBL, though, into this retake, and the positioning from Vania is good. Somehow she finds a second, a third on top of that. How are they
letting the first two maps going away from them? Getting her all going here. Looks like the Seekers will be the option to start with. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good positioning, though. Take the zip back up. You're into heaven. Now you play retake with the team. Stall it with your utility overall. Try to take out those Seekers before they find too much information. And great pushback coming in from Mary. Paint shells clear out the close quarter, ensuring that there's no one to post up any util to delay this. Plant now. Post-plant story here for G2, and they still have that lockdown to play with.
Yeah, but the pick just at the same time. Look at that. Mary gonna find rayka. This is now looking almost insurmountable odds. Yes, they still had Felipa with the ult, but is this the round you want to try and bring it in? It just doesn't feel like it's gonna find the value you want. You can still hold this from pretty deep. They have a nice little setup on the spike as well. Mimi investing that late round utility. Obviously, Roxy can maybe add a little to that, but I don't think she's got much left. Still, trying to pinch towards that drop side. Mary's still good for one. Roxy with a follow-up, and now...
Overall, it's gonna be G2.
They're about to walk it.
Yeah.
Mimi. How sharp is she? Oh, messy spray there. Wasn't quite switched on to that. BBL waited just to hear those kind of, the audio cues to see that pressure building towards A. Now they pinch back through towards the door. Counter roll comes in just to slow the roll to play in these two players, but Glance delivering is not how you expected it to go. Vania outdoes them though. Vania holding down by that door is massive, but has to back away. Can't be made vulnerable. They might play through the smoke, and they do!
Jake in a combination.
Much pace here. Maybe looking for a different, result against Vania. Maybe an overextension of this ult here, but they're going to invest it regardless. Takes away so much in BBL. Yeah, just vice grip on this round. Not falling foul to any of the problems. rayka does need to be careful, though. Yeah, left on a little bit of an island. Could go down, but reinforcements are here. Might be able to fight out still towards Roxy. No, it's going to be Mimi to get her, but as it stands, BBL want an answer. Trying to quicken the pace, it looked like G2, and then just got held at the door.
Always combining several pieces of utility. Another head-to-head to come out here as both teams fight for Rubble.
Let's see, can Mary tame them? That ult's going to be pretty impactful. Yeah, going to find one. alkyia, opposing number got. How do they clear the rest? It was there. Pop flash goes for it, swings it. Gorgeous. Could have had more. Didn't know it at the time, but now coming out of the flash, Mary can see just fine. Now the punish happens. Now a player to the good. Does Mary get to keep her life here? There's still so many players pushed up. Vania this time wasn't able to back away in time. Maybe should have tried to get out there earlier, but Felipa's still going to catch one before they fall out of this. So still a possibility in a 2v3.
Reposition, though, is big as well. Catches another, and they're going for the swings. It's all Mary. 3K on the board, now down to a 1v2 situation. Rayka does have the lockdown to force Roxy out of the Viper's pit if she does throw it down, but they're just doubling up here in backside.
Yeah, they're going to make this hard work. Ooh, going for the lockdown in this, though. Okay, now it's a predictable position, right? There's still the paint shell for Mary, but that's sprayable. I'm a little nervous with this. You got the turret as well to put into play. This is quite nice. Preemptive paint shell comes in. Do you check the second? That's the interesting part. Do you check for the second player here? rayka gets a little bit of play on this, though. Mary going to close the gap. That's halfway. You need to check on this fast. Should get checked on here if they're being smart. Yeah, that flash should be more than enough. They should be aware of this. And they are. Mary, very heads up. There is no one else pushed up towards it. We can see the secondary player would be either a little bit further back on the site. So tough to bring in. Does have the Seekers, but the only real support is going to be Vania, who's made it here quite early, still as a paranoia. A couple of options. Looking like they want to test that B site, but keep your eyes on Felipa. She could do some serious damage from this.
She has all her util available, right? Aftershock to zone out, trying to do some damage. A bit the chip through the smoke, and Spike still initiated here. It's Glance alone on site, though. Viper's Pit does come out. This is a near impossible retake from BBL.
Yeah, very difficult with that Viper's Pit. It starts almost feeling insurmountable odds. Unless Vania is able to find a paranoia that hits like 3 players and you just find the perfect timing. But no one's there to close the gap yet. Spots one just crossing out of the pit. Good trade for Vania. Roxy still got a bit of life on the line. They didn't just getting so close to this.
Yeah, guiding
I
light.
mean,
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left. He's got to start making a move on site. There's the reckoning. Here's the execution. But the players in tree, what can they do?
but they have to be aware of this, right? Mimi seems so... Mary seemed aware of it, but still loses their life. Paint Shell and Flash come in, Counter Flash goes out. Roxy utility to try and at least divide and conquer, but there's a success elsewhere. They fight out even towards CT, they double down on the fight, and Glance holds the push back in. G2 starting to really play in unison, but BBL are at the door. Vania's still standing, so there's still danger to this. Eva looking for that first pick, but Roxy just toying with her, buying the time. Vania does find success towards Mimi, working them down one by one, but the time is going to be ticking. They have to get a move on, and Glance isn't allowing it to happen. And now just Vania, the superstar from before, needs...
They want to take it the distance.
That's what it comes down to, BBL. How bad do you want this? How much more do you have in the tank kick? Can you truly take on the champions? As it stands, it looks like there's still a fire in the belly. alkyia going to lead in there with a good pick towards Roxy. Mimi falls further back, but does find Vania. Follow-up? No, not this time. A good trade out there. Keeping player advantage in a 4v3.
That's unlucky.
Yeah.
That's unluckier.
Has to back away from this now. Still a flash to play for Petra, though.
Not too much you can do, though. Looking for it around the corner. She's going to try and get the peek down. Petra, though, somehow finds one, and G2 now in a 2v3 situation. No!
Got so far is ridiculous. And now there's pressure towards CT, right? So BBL can isolate on the sites and see how much value they can get out of alkyia. They know the position, but the flash wasn't going to catch, but Petra deals with it well. But in the meantime, BBL did the right thing. They took over the site. It was the right call. Now, if you're G2, maybe just pause, play for the retake. Don't need to go too far into this. You can see almost a overextension. I like them trying to fight for CT, but this is almost hounding it. Turns the flash, no problem. And still no plant to be had here. Ash, this is going wrong.
I mean, we saw BBL overheat like this previously. They went into B side last time. They phased
on
off.
the other side, nothing super close to hand. So for G2, they are behind in that regard. But let's see how Mary handles this. Straight through the wall! She accidentally got Vania in that and then succeeded on rayka as well. That's ridiculous impact within the first couple of seconds, really. BBL need an over-delivery from someone here, Ash.
I mean, that's a controller down. Not running the double smokes for BBL means that you have no cover provided here for site. And G2 have all the rechargeable smokes that they want. Still scaling up towards A, though. That alarm bot will easily notice BBL, but it might just be this pinch off of B contact. Guiding light goes out. Petra does find info on one, but how do BBL pivot?
They're looking for an opportunity, but they found a bit of space towards B. That's where they should be heading towards here. Again, so hard. I think they're just hoping that Eva would find something.
30 seconds left.
Maybe they would have, but at this point, it looks like they're going to double back around towards B. This is the best chance. You can even use that Rolling Thunder. You can use all that utility that Felipa has that could be impactful, right? This is now a winnable fight, but they have to win one of these extremities. G2 are split up to an extent, but Mary finding so much value this round. That's 3 in the round. Finally shut down. But can they handle the other players? This is a 2v4, and it ain't an easy one. But they're putting up the best fight they can. There's a Rolling Thunder. We need Felipa to just go huge in this. So many players, next couple of rounds. Petra gonna know the player close, but I don't think they want to play into this. But there's 4 players here from G2. And they're waiting to burst on it. Okay, Mary wants to take that space right back, following the utility sent through. But can't close it down, so kind of force them into this. And look at that early progress. Look how far they're getting towards B here. They're actually super deep. This is kind of big, and Rayka's found Mimi. They've got space to work with. An opportunity with a shot they didn't want. It didn't take down Glance as quickly as they'd hoped for, but BBL get the plant.
Looking for a swarm on this retake, though. G2 going for a pinch. However, you've got 2 players on BBL waiting. Rayka always on that late A lurk. You have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, but 30 HP is not much. She's going to need the freest kill of her life. alkyia is going to get it, though. 2 back-to-back, and BBL back in this round. Back with a chance. Glance, the last one alive. Yeah, as we're seeing that door being activated, it looks like sees the end goal, but we haven't really seen Mimi fall away from this. The issue is the ults, the utility. She is so dead with the Seekers coming out, everything thrown in. There was nothing that Mimi could do. Nothing. So instantly it has to be a retake here.
Yeah, big plants come in here from Felipa as well. Now, no ultimates online here for BBL. It's alkyia all up into CT spawn, always taking that aggressive position to stall out G2's retake, waiting for Petra on the flank.
The double stack here is brutally hard to get past. Glance, I doubt she's going to get out with it. No, absolutely not. Beautiful work from BBL. This should be 10 on the board.
3 flashes thrown out between both sides, already fighting for this mound control, which G2, they just don't have the weapons to even really contest beyond, you know, this one-way dark cover that was thrown out. Cascade reflash back out. Now G2 actually aggress.
Yeah, Roxy did find one and got away with her life. Still hold of that. They have to just pull the plug and instantly rotate here. You're going to have the likes of Mimi calling for support, needs it. She can only stall so much. Does have a sheriff, okay, but still just going to be waiting with bated breath. Can she do anything about this? She got the boombot coming in. Maybe she can build off that. Maybe there's some hope here, and that hope's actualized with one. But BBL over-delivered by finding Mary at the same time. Glance fully blinded, still worth it. Still got it all coming in. Overheating almost into this fight, and they both have to dip out towards tree. They've paused it. Vania is taking the TP. She wants none of that. It's off towards C. rayka trying to back away, caught, and now a 1v2. But can they get there fast enough? This is a long old run to get over towards this site.
Really great pinch isolation there for G2 to take out rayka, but Vania now, she's looking to find a cheeky position. However, G2 should expect Vania to play this way.
They're playing together. Vania needs to be careful with this. The timing's everything on it. If she leaves it too long, too late, it's not as valuable. She might be tempted to put another smoke just in front of that cross out. She's trying to play with them, she's trying to toy with them, trying to change their expectations. She pulls the trigger on the first. That's Glance now gone. But their cove's still in place, so going to be able to just get to a sword. Oh, Roxy gets the gun out, but not quick.
But that spike, still non-committal. Looking like maybe a late rotation to A.
Yeah, I want to see where they head towards this. I mean, they can try and sell this B piece, but it's probably gonna, it feels like it's gonna end towards A. So we do get to see the test of Mary with that operator. Maybe a little too close for comfort, but they start to line up. Mary, get out of there! You gotta run, you gotta hike. They are quick to your tail, but still, she gets the first. Taking down rayka, pretty decent, but they're on the site though. So that's what the exchange is gonna be. The cross, is it made? Are they safe? The spike, I don't think it's made it across just yet. Now, it tries to, and I think it just got denied. Passed on over, though. Mimi there now. G2, perfect response. The lockdown irrelevant, and look at the backfield.
So, more of a straightforward hit this time.
Yeah, this is pretty cut and dry, the way they're using this. I mean, if Felipa gets her ult, which he has, then the kind of start and end of the round feel somewhat tied up, right? Like, it's very hard for them to do much against this. Yes, the lockdown gets you on the site, and then the Rolling Thunder can basically get you the round. So as long as they don't lose the backline, which is going to be tested here, they should be somewhat safe. But I've got to see a pace change here. They've got to quicken up. Roxy's position could be actually very valuable to try and disrupt this post plant, but they are sitting quite deep as well. So you've got 3 on the site, acting as those kind of forward players taking this, but it's the backline that can do the serious damage of denying the defuse. For now, Vania and alkyia are delivering. The backline's getting dismantled, though. Now they need to worry about the success towards the site. Not going to happen, though, as alkyia's denied this. The last 2 players should be looking at hitting the save here.
That timing that you talked about as well, right? rayka still trying to find more. Take out the weapons on the side of G2, knowing that their economy is hurting. And if G2 want to make that comeback, got to preserve every single penny that they can to ensure that they have enough going into future. A little bit more awkward. But there goes the Rolling Thunder finally to go in. You're pushing past the Poison Orb, though. Roxy's still alive.
She was unaffected until then. The springboard towards the side was good, though. Cross going to be watched, and that's a spike now lost, but look who's on the side. It's Vania. The monster herself going to spray down and find Petra, bringing it back to an even affair of a 2v2. Mimi and Glance up against Vania and rayka. They won that plant. And that's going to be the plant coming in now. They know the one's on the flank. They know the one was towards Waterfall. What do they do with this positioning? Vania decides on towards the box. rayka down below. Not worried about CT for now, but maybe she should start considering it. Only 30 HP on Glance, though.
He's looking still, though. Okay, 1 pick down. Now is when you start to check that chip on your shoulder.
to work with though, and again, stalled again. They are getting held up here in middle quite a lot. The wall goes up, so they are going to filter on through towards A. One rotation of Mimi has come in, but this puts a lot on towards Roxy. She has to be ready for this.
She does. Cam and Heaven gets taken out early at the very least, but it's a pivot, right? You take out that trip towards ramps, a bit more room to work with the re-clear out into A main, but overall, you know, updraft on site here for alkyia, and Roxy has to stay alive as G2 funnel into elbow.
Yeah, 25 seconds though. They have to make their move towards site. They're not giving much room for error here, BBL. Let's see if they make any errors. That's the next question. Vania already just becomes the absolute beast again. 15 seconds now. Where's that spike in the middle? Trying to make its way across.
From the dark covers to go over towards Heaven, towards CT. The wall comes through, but interesting. Looking for backside control here for BBL.
And alkyia closing the gap. Lovely trade, but better answer back from rayka. So, do they clear Roxy? That's the only thing on my mind. Yes, they absolutely do. Fully aware. Wide swinging for it. You saw them all hunting that down. Now, Mimi's left in actually maybe more of a winnable scenario than she expected, but a 1v2 is always going to be difficult nonetheless. Checks close rafters, sees nothing. Spots the leg of Vania. Tries to isolate her, but the smoke's up, so it makes it very difficult. What does Mimi do? Try and navigate around that wall. Gonna be breaking Mystic 101. But the answer here from G2 is interesting. They take the space back by B main. Now there is a split towards this. We are still seeing that one player sitting passively. rayka should be all too aware of what's coming their way. Yes, feels out the pressure there, rightly done, and can start slipping back. They now know that the kind of plan is up. It's been noted, and alkyia can turn attention. Good trade for Glance, but no further impact. She's getting very paranoid about that reflank coming her way, but Glance can hold space here.
She can hold space, but what more can BBL do? Vania on the board. 2v3 situation. Showstopper comes out. It's a shrouded step away. And Showstopper somehow doesn't find anything.
Yeah, but Vania 1 HP. And we haven't seen this kind of tucked in play towards that corner. They were very diligent to closing ramp last time, but now it's all a fake play. It doesn't really work out, but the Seeker's going to come down and kind of do very little for them here. It's actually going to take a long time to find any value, but it's Vania to find Mary, and the side takes over towards A. So we might as well be looking that side. Mimi outdone towards CT, and BBL. So aggressive and so aware of these players and their positions. It's wild to watch BBL play. Such great intuition, as alkyia already tucked into the corner by CT, going to make it impossible for Petra to come back in. These last two...
With the economy situation here for G2, these rifles are must-saves. Here. Just chill, waiting. That could be big.
Yeah, sets into motion. Beautiful swing off the back of that contact. That's
from it.
30
Timing
seconds left.
could be everything here. Just a tuck under. Ava looked to clear. But Mary still stays alive, and now have to stick that plant. Bavania
with the spike.
Alt. What?
Sorry. Eva, if I'm Mary, I'm furious. Because Vania has the spike and just TP'd up to rafters to take the fight, where potentially rayka could do nothing if you went down. The odds that you are playing against there are ridiculous. And well, they got the ult online now, so they know the positioning from G2, but I would be in pieces if I was Mary. rayka, big dash towards Petra. Oh, and the follow-up as well. G2 are in shambles here. This is just...
Timing.
One enemy remaining.
The ult.
I mean...
They're not the ults. The cam. I can't.
And now, this is all getting... like... Oh man, because she played patient the whole time. This is going back to that paranoia set piece though, but Mary, beautiful shot. Shutting down the two frontline players. That's the first time G2 have really countered that ramp take. We saw BBL run it a couple of times to some really big success. Vania's paranoia sent up there early. Really nice layering to it. This time though, it looks like Mary's position was a little bit more robust in towards it, but we did see BBL last time around punishing towards CT. Again, G2 starting to learn this now. Petra last time got punished big time on that. Now, BBL, can they hold them back from CT? That's a lot of bodies here. Vania's already found one. Hold on, this ain't over yet. They're still doing damage. Roxy, though, walks on in.
The
TP.
aggression she's able to bring to the table as a initially supporting character on most other maps. Seen this before from BBL. Takes out that tripwire, and same spy cam here for Roxy in towards A Heaven. Not found this time yet, and Roxy's not actually going to pop it. Potential to get that down. Okay. Doesn't spot anything though. No tags either.
Yeah, she needs a lot of help from Glance here, and the timing just wasn't right, and they're already down on the ground there. Glance couldn't quite land it with that paranoia. Mimi's just found Vania floating around in middle. Wait, they're double backing towards B. They basically had A on a platter. I think they could have taken down Glance with that, and maybe BBL are readdressing this. Yeah, they are. Going right back towards it. Glance, what have you got now? One smoke still to play, but she's got so much pressure coming her way. A little bit of chip damage, yes, but overwhelmed in the end. And now they got side control. They still have that.
The next one.
Last player standing.
Oh, that's uncomfy. Oh, that's uncomfy. But again, it's just these two players here. Can they find that synergy? Glance really needs some benefits to this already. A couple of players starting to step forward. Glance, great work on the first. Timing on the swing a little late for Roxy, but good for one. Then overwhelmed. Exactly. Nothing they can do about that, but then they have the res. Back up to 4 now. Only 3 standing for G2. They are struggling in this. Mary finally makes it over towards here, but by now already, that known pressure towards CT is going to be hard to handle. The spikes plant is on their side. They are not winning out these fights. The synergy on the side is not quite there between Roxy and Glance.
On top of that, though, there is opportunity here for G2. Just one pick needed here for Mary to get the showstopper. There it is. Opener here to turtle BBL back in. Maybe find something in towards elbow.
Vania with 1. This would need to be huge impact. Only takes down 1. You kind of needed the second if you wanted a chance of Vania. An extended spray. But it gets the job done, and Mary left in the 1v2. Tap on the spike to try and draw the attention. Gets the first, expects the follow-up there. Didn't happen. Ava just playing the time!
The ones right underneath Rafter scaffold. It's not going to be the name of the game. Instead, looking to actually re-push back in. The Trailblazer does not see Rayka, though. The discipline is so good, seeing if she... Back over. This guiding light, big information, though, coming out from Petra. Still a spy cam to work with there for Rayka, though. Checking in towards close sight. Doesn't see anything. Blast packed it on sight. The execution has to come through.
Yeah, they got to try and stick the landing now, but running down a little late. 20 seconds, they're going to need some heroics. Alkyia can't land that shot this time. Mary a little too quick to it, but Vanya's still alive. There's always still a chance. But where is Vania? And with only 12 seconds, maybe this one's a little out of reach here. Good for the first, needs 2 more with 7 seconds. I just don't see it happening. An attempt. Might have at least a plan on this, but yeah, not
a little bit better after having a preview of it previously. And right off the bat, early aggression here on the pistol. Roxy, great drop down into sewers to avoid getting caught out. Now she's just got to run, group up with the team.
Grenade.
Paint shell in. Mary going to try and clear as she goes. Not going to spot anything here. As we know, it is that passive hold. As the support system's making it all the way around, this is going to be very interesting timing, looking at Roxy and then the kind of pack of 3 players working their way around the back. Now, Mimi's going to be called to attention on this. They know what's coming their way, as has Glance. But it's like a flank on a flank, but the timing's everything. The smoke does buy a couple of seconds, unless they just try and navigate ahead of it. So they're really dependent on this, but they've actually predicted that Roxy's position is coming in. Wow. Okay, they turn attention for that, but the trade out comes towards Heaven as well. And now BBL overwhelmed towards main. Now that scrutiny should be coming towards the site. Can Mimi catch the cross? Not really. Glance going to continue that wrap towards Heaven. Outdone by Rayka. And now Mimi overwhelmed. This is going sideways for G2. Diffuse on the way.
BBL overall now. Very, very posted up here for the side of BBL in towards mid. And first blood here for alkyia on the...
Yeah, that's rotten luck for them, but that's a rifle you can get maybe to hand if you could get towards it. That wouldn't be bad at all, but you can already see the intention. Vania... I've never seen plays like it, man. This is just... Roxy completely unawares. Just punished. Alkyia does go down, but already they're so low on numbers, and there's been recovered rifles, and Vanya's just walking around, just taking names. Yeah, a little bit more damage done, but look at what's left. They can get a heal up, I guess. Glance maybe get back to more of a workable number. And they're trying to make a pivot, but Vanya's beating them to it. You can't escape Vania. Ever present. 22 kills, make it 23. Go on, just give it a last. Seeker's going to be sent for Petra, but the problem is the wall's in the way, so they're going to eat up a little bit of that time and opportunity. But they can at least start working off the back of these, maybe give them a chance. But look who's made it here. It's Vania. Vanya's gone down. Okay, something's strange. Something's in the water. Vania is dead. Now who knows what's going to happen? G2 took a lot to carve that out. It took the ult and Glance taken down to about, what, 30 HP, but still... They haven't gone on the site yet. They've only won out in middle.
Petra's got two guiding lights still to work with here, and Ava's just ratting underneath. Push onto Raptors enough to find the players of BBL, though stuck in the crossfire. It's all up to Felipa and alkyia into this round, but we've seen what these players can clutch up.
Oh, for sure. Like, at this point, after watching this much BBL, any round is possible. 1v5, sure. Sure, why not?
Just read.
Remaining.
That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Roxy, it's still possible, all right?
Really looking towards here for BBL. Rayka cannot get caught up in towards, yeah, elbow. She gets out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she managed to keep her life, which is honestly, big tick in the box. That's cool. The flank's on the way, though. So they need a plant, and they better have a damn good post plant here, because BBL are about to smother this.
It's going to be
now, the angle pretty nice here, though, from Mimi, but should be heard on those steps. Oh. Vania, the final boss is here. It's like when an adult plays against people like, you know, the kids at the park. Like, Vania just seems like a different beast altogether. And now in unison, they start to work their way down. BBL going to be taking this the distance, it looks like. Down to the last players here. Roxy, what can you do? Denies the defuse and gets the ult. Maybe still life in them yet. Trying to find the next follow-up's not going to be easy, but Roxy doing everything she can. But with Vania still standing, finally falling. It's down to the 1v1. Oh. Going for the full-on turner. On the distance. The last map not as close as maybe we would have wanted. But now who knows what we walk into with already BBL getting a little proactive here. And Petra's in a whole lot of trouble. Already checked on and dealt with, but the site might be lost when they try and return home.
Yeah, free site here towards B side. And look at the aggression in towards Jenny. You're going to see that it's nearly all clear. They find one more into Canteen, but all other three players walking in through sewers, looking to retake into Arcade.
Yeah, this cross, though, is going to be difficult. And a little bit of value off the back of Glance there is pretty big. Going to bring it down to a 2v2, but let's look what they have in the post plant here. Roxy and Mary need to work through some of that utility. I think they've just done that. alkyia going to get towards it. The tap on the spike going to draw the attention. Roxy swings, takes the contact. Again, drawn off the spike here, chipping them down low. They're working this out. Mary going to find alkyia. And now the 1v2. Forced off the angle, though. No chance to use that. And Mary going to fill that gap, fill that void, get in towards the site. There's a lot of presence up towards tower, though. Hard to clear comfortably. Flash in, yes, but pushes forward, good. But it was Vania still to find value towards Petra there. Oh, and the jump down as well. BBL making this deadly. No easy point of access now. Spike gonna go down, sure, but this post plant difficult to hold.
Isolated on site here for Glance as well, really relying on that crossfire. Very solo. Vania trying to find something through the smoke. Won't connect though, and there's the Roomba. Boombot to come out. Mary for an early swing to player life.
Still two rifles though. Oh, the flash timing, fantastic.
Behind dice. Oh, baby player.
It could be a swing off contact here, but actually, he was in a really bad spot for that. Still going to find Mary, actually. Big value, to be honest. They do get the ult off that too, though, for Glance, so that's going to be in place. Forces Regular a little further back, a little uncomfortable, but the cross should be managed and maintained now. The rotations are in. They can take over tower, but there'll be a fight back on towards it. Rayka back filling that void. Oh, dangerous spot there on the other side. They're actually going to slip away from this. They've drawn the rotation, and they got punished on the way out. Mimi, big pick there towards Rayka. And now we look towards the other side of the map, completely absent of players. Vania does have ult, though, so keep in mind this may not be comfortable.
Felipa already here just to beat that timing. Around the corner, looking for one. And that's the fault line to come back out. Tuck's back in now to play numbers here for BBL.
40 seconds, they've got to make a move on this, though. What's the game plan? No more smokes to be really invested here. They've got very little to play with, trying to force them off with what they've got. Nice flashes, nice bits and pieces to at least facilitate the plant. Tap on the spike to hope to draw that ult. And there it is for the second time of asking. And there's your plant dead. Glance gone down. Nothing more to be said about that one. Felipa in a perfect position. Does get tagged up, though, but it's alkyia on the swing. And G2 piece by piece falling here on this board. Very difficult to try and fight this one back in with the amount of bodies against them and the limited time. A second attempt on the plant, though, but it's only going to be one player here. Petra with it all to do in a 1v2. Vania's still alive, and as is Felipa, barely, but still standing. Petra, no flash for a while. Stunned up, has to be precise.
Around for that info, but right now, might just go head-to-head here and be main.
Oh, yeah, brawly start. Look at them, willing to bring the fight. They're not really entertaining this kind of half-buy coming out from G2. And Petra's ult, you don't really feel that's going to find the alarm bot there. as well. So a little bit of a late bit of presence, but G2 aren't going to be given a fair fight any way they want to go. There is nowhere that is easy. Rayka still hasn't been seen, now noted, and the smokes are in place. Nice work from Mimi to isolate the fight towards at least the rafters there, but wow, okay. Mimi, what? You had no right to those kills, but she finds them nonetheless. But how do they make this cross? They got to go now. And Felipa doesn't quite catch it, so now they got a chance at a plant.
Rolling Thunder too here for Mimi to delay that retake. Does come out, pushes back BBL a little bit. Still one flash to work with here for Felipa. Not really able to contact off of it though.
Look at the HP. Mimi's on 8 HP and Glance is on 55. They're not sitting comfortably.
No.
It's still just a Spectre in hand and that rifle on Mimi. They can't really try and help each other out. Maybe bait on the door? No, they commit on the door. High flash. Okay, swing the corner. Pulls the attention. Can Mimi get away? Yes.
Oh.
Gonna readjust position. Very nice. Molly goes in. They're trying to buy some precious seconds here. They're doing just that. Still a chance on the cross, though. Mimi needs to do some damage. It's not. It can't all come down to Glance. Oh, but maybe it sucks to see that go to waste, but here comes the counters back and forth. There it is. So, lockdown draws out the orbital strike, gives them options, right? So this is just that game of chess, right? Back and forth between the two, trying to make each other, you know, force their hand almost. And they've done this early. They've done it with a minute still to spare. And the Seekers should confirm, actually, how much room they've given themselves as they're going to go quite deep. Maybe just towards CT, just towards those rafters. So they should know, okay, site is clear. Can we get that spike down? We've taken away some of those key things, those key aspects. But that shot from alkyia, gorgeous. Takes out Petra. And even with the spike down, they have the player advantage here.
With dish control as well here, BBL know that G2 are all stuck on site and towards A main. Lockdown comes out, Rolling Thunder to push back these main players as well to deny. But Mary is still alive here in towards Sands. Finds two, but Vania takes her down.
Yeah, just about buying enough time for the rest of G2 to get out of the odds, to get out of those issues that they're starting to face there, because BBL invested so much behind it. The molly is great. Glance denying Rayka. And starting to build hers here, so maybe she get a bit more of that on the go. But ooh, G2 up for a scrap early on, and Mary's one out.
Gotta fall back here if you're Rayka. Player life towards site. Turret hasn't spotted anything out yet towards A main. That'll be the information given as Petra takes it out. Fast flank coming in here from BBL just to add that pressure back on. But now that means that they've got to regroup. It's still Rayka alone in towards tower. One over to the other side as well. BBL looking to pinch, maybe even play exits in this situation.
Yeah, see if they can punish some of that. We can look at the money, though. It's getting quite nice for G2. A little bit of a buffer. Let's see what BBL can achieve on this. Didn't quite catch Roxy then. An attempt was made, but not quite enough. They're uncomfortable now, forced to fight. That's better, Felipa. Okay, that's the first couple of steps here. How much more can they do to G2? How many more kills can they get? Petra called to attention. Oh, loses BBL. No. Where is this coming from? And now Mimi is... Pain Shot gonna force either away. Mary gonna try and take that space, but we know this burst towards the side. She's been doing it before. Does she get stopped this time? Hello and goodbye. Felipa gets deleted. Didn't even see it coming. A rocket sent to the pocket, and now Eva's feeling a little isolated. Underhand flash. Gets to turn around. Takes down one with her. Mimi goes down. Whoa up. Roxy's gone. Individually, this team is wild. No plant to be had yet.
The micro play coming out from Ava is insane. Now Glance alone here in towards tower. Very weak. Can't even get that plant down. She's alone. Still needs to re-clear towards site, but smokes to come down now here. Glance doesn't have any others to work with, though, aside from the one that will fade after the plant goes.
Second attempt of this plant. Here we go.
Spike planted.
This is rough, but that's a great shot from Mary. alkyia goes down, maybe not expecting that repeat to come out from Mary here, evening the situation, but the HP is low. This could be a great round for BBL. Get closer on that scoreboard. HP dwindled. Already down to, 27, 40, even Mary down to 50. And now the barrel shows punishment had there for Petra. Wanted a little more, but she has the flash. Invests it. Catches one, but she can't swing it. That position's been noted. She needs a bailout. She needs something. But they're playing for that plant. And now the timing's great for Mary, but gets predicted. Turned on, turned around. She gets so caught up by this. What? Mary's got to check on the spike, though. One bullet to play with. And look at the HP on the other side. What an attempt. Let's watch out. 5 more bullets, but she bought enough time for this. Clean fight there. Shockingly good behavior. I mean, Mary's saved the day in that. Now, already Vania does deal damage. Takes out Petra from this. Makes the site take a little difficult, but look at the pinch coming out. This is what I was expecting from BBL. Maybe a turn up of the pace.
Really nice pivot there with the tempo, like you mentioned, and alkyia takes out the lurk coming out from roxi as well. So now G2, they lose out on information on the left side of the map, only have this A main control, and in for a world of hurt if they do try to execute. Luckily, dodges the util coming out from rayka. We've got Ava here, a hold on Sands.
That flash though. Mimi tries to find a fair fight, but maybe tees up Glance.
Danger now. If the pinch comes through here from BBL, roxy's gonna have to take that zip line right back over. That showstopper out early too from Mary finds nothing on this aggression.
Yeah, roxy's made an emergency exit because they're all playing from that northern side, so right time for it. Seeker's going to come down, kind of give away a lot of the game here, but look at what they have ready to go. Felipa got hers online.
Right there.
Eva's got hers as well. You got that showstopper as well. This is going to be a very heavily equipped BBL. This is going to be a messy retake because G2 also have some stopping power. Mimi, Glance have her ults as well. There's going to be the first pop. They've got to be careful to not get caught by this. alkyia, first bit of contact as well. Flash comes in. Petra's position could be key, could be critical. You're going to see all these ults poured in as it's going to be BBL taken towards the site. First kill comes in. Eva's going to find Petra. Follow up there. alkyia going to take down Mimi, but it's Mary on the trade, but now they're on the spike. Where's the ult coming in from Glance? Where's that stopping power? Is that even going to come into effect? Vania strides on in. roxi can only do so much. Ult gets put through a Glance. Impeccable. Easy, quick challenge, but Petra could be that first challenger. Flash just about to be cycled back up. She's going to hear these steps. Decides to just swing it. Does actually find one, surprisingly.
I can't even believe that she found that first one. But now, that's BBL in a world of hurt. Because even more damage was done off of that sewers control. Ooh. The peek back through tower. Coordination abound here for G2 as BBL race towards this A site where roxi is going to give them a world of pain for that plant.
30 seconds
yeah, let's see how that goes. Mimi actually the one to get the punish off the back of it, but that utility was in place. So very difficult to try and make that cross. The spike now goes loose, but roxi gives up a critical position. That puts Mimi under scrutiny. Now, with the nade coming in, isolates at least maybe the chance for a plant. Glance's position is good though. On the other side, you can see 3 impactful ults about to be coming into effect. Mary taking a whole lot of space, and I wonder how aware she is of this. She might want to press this issue, but there's 3 players around this corner. How far are they willing to commit on this? Okay, the space is not good enough for a trade, so Felipa gets to keep her life, but there are 2 players hunting her down here, and the support's called in. She didn't feel safe anymore. The spike was noted. That could have gone astray. No, they try and back away from this. Now Mimi has to respect that.
What a great trade of utility coming out from both Breach players as well. Now, alone here on that B side is going to be Mimi. She still has tower control, could try to rat around. Right now, BBL just looking for this pinch, but timing is everything here for Petra. Finds the backstab on rayka, and suddenly that opens things up a little bit more.
roxi see the barrel. That's big. Doesn't get the follow-up, but it allows Mimi on the swing. This nice little push and pull is perfect. They should have enough here. Ava is already down low. That's a very difficult situation for her to try and work from. And just that barrel showing a little too early. Nervous for BBL here. It was. This is when that exhaustion comes in. Long series. Mary! Oh, 1-for-1 trade out. Pound for pound, they go back and forth, but G2 have to give up a little bit of that space here. BBL have taken down the tip of the spear. They can backfill this a little. Do they continue on this path? Do they try and split further forward? Make G2 very uncomfortable now. As you can see, both players have not rotated from G2. The other 2 are stuck towards that A site still, putting so much faith in Mimi and Glance to hold this down. And they've got the same idea. They're going for the same play. Oh, the read is divine. But Mary is alone now. Falls away. Mary? Who am I saying? Mimi. Falls away. And has to play this carefully. She needs support. The other 2 players are still so far from this. They still have that lockdown to bring in. Petra still has her ult, but Mimi cannot die here.
No, Mimi's just going to hide in towards spawn. Buy a little bit of time for Petra and roxi to make that rotation over towards arcade. Mimi has every single piece of utility available here as well into this retake. Seekers for Petra. This is looking rough for BBL.
Yeah, and considering that Vania was one of the casualties, this comes down to just the guns in hand, really. They don't have that key ult to bring into effect, but the kill's great. And now a 3v2, they have numbers on their side. These flashes aren't going to be enough to be able to close down on a kill. It brings them a couple of steps, yes, but that's about it. That's all they got to play with here, and time being bought. Good flash, though, and now it's the chance to strike. There's still an opportunity. It's slim. As they're running low on time here, and look at this adjustment from rayka. Surely this will be enough. Petra did find one. rayka, though, still
BBL
standing.
is just slowly building up their ult economy.
Oh yeah, they're going to have a big old snowball round at some point. And they might need it. 7 to 11. They are not out of the woods just yet. And a quick ult coming in, and they've already evacuated the site. They're not sticking around for this. They absolutely want none of what they're trying to sell. Vania, though, up into a big position, holding towards the rafters. Utility starting to be burnt through on the site as well. They cleared that, so the plant should be able to come in. Shouldn't be a problem anymore. This retake not going to be easy. That ult not going to find what they wanted at all.
No, now dish control here for G2 and Spawn. You take out Vania, which is a really big piece into this round here for BBL.
Yeah, but instantly going to force the lockdown, though. They want to try and keep this under wraps. They want to slow down this retake, but they have to try and find the fight now. You can see the scramble towards it, the battle towards it. Can they deny? Can they take it down? Yes, they can. Lockdown gone, and as of this series, and G2 in the final moments, in the final hours, potentially breaking BBL's hearts with 7 rounds to 12. G2, if they can manage to get past this, have given themselves the gateways to the kingdom, but as it stands, the site is going to be under BBL's control. They still have the lockdown for roxi. And they're ready for this swing. We're ready for that pressure off the back of that plant. Oh, but the turn, it wasn't good enough. roxi unaffected by the flash. And Petra closing the gap, but there's a player close by. Great work coming through by alkyia, but they need more. Vania does have the ult ready. The lockdown going to come in. That gets denied by the orbital strike. And now Mary closing the gap, though, getting closer. Vania on the side. Needs to do wonders here. Needs to do some serious damage. Does do well, but needs to do more. It's not going to be enough just yet, as it's coming down to the last couple of seconds on this. They're on the spike. They send out the boombot, but Glance ain't moving. She's unrelenting. She's so low. She gets taken down.
Remaining.
And now, with so few seconds left, roxi just has to die. How are you going to make it work now? You're getting taken to the absolute brinks, to the absolute limits here. Glance to readjust on the smoke could be good. Actually overwhelmed. No, Vania, great spacing on the jump over towards the site. And now roxi called into attention, but she's being surrounded. She's in danger. She's overwhelmed. The classic does enough, but this is scrappy as hell. As Petra, the last standing player for G2 here. This could be 9 for BBL, starting to strengthen their hold on this. Seemingly unaware of the chance of this position. Gets an opportunity. Maybe towards one. Spots the barrel. That's a free kill. Follow up, not as easy here, so that's going to, if anything, encourage the hit to go even faster. Yeah, burst on the site. roxi can't really do much to contest this. Has to respect the site being taken. Good bit of stall here, though. BBL being slowed down a little. Here come those Seekers. First contact will be made by main, so they know a player was trying to keep a little diligent towards this, keep a little closer. Flash comes in, Glance will find rayka. Game on now. This is where we're going to start seeing it all being invested.
No.
Already Vania's gone down. How has Vania fallen? That's massive. That's the ult gone. And now suddenly it's down to the 3 here. Alkyia, Felipa, and Eva. Can they keep hold of this? They're up against the odds, so 32 HP. A fight lost on the site. And G2 tearing it away from them in the final moments. There was nothing left to do in this absolute marathon of a matchup. Truly a war of attrition between G2 and BBL.
Proving once again here why they are the champions of Game Changers internationally here for G2. BBL Queens, though, cannot deny the run that they've had undefeated up until this point. The only team to also take